We live.
What's good, people? Happy Thursday, Hotep Thursday. We're back at it again. Hotep's Been Told You, the greatest podcast on earth. Episode 112. 112, where the players dwell.
Uh-huh. Yes, sir.
Rest in peace, Biggie Smalls. I am Uncle Hotep. He is Hotep Jesus. What's going on, man? What's going on with you, man?
Um, so I spoke to my crypto attorney today, Peter Hazy Petros. If you guys are not familiar with him, I interviewed him on my channel about 4 weeks ago or so. And I hate communists even more. So check this out. In order for Coinbits, our Bitcoin company, to allow people to um, exchange money between Bitcoin wallets, I need to have a federal filing, right? Which is no problem. That's just a filing. But you have to be filed in every state. Now,
Damn.
guess, yes, in every single state. Right. Now, guess which state is the hardest? Try to take a guess.
I don't know. New York?
New York. New York. Nailed it. New York is, it's like a long wait to get your license, and you got to jump through hoops, and you got to know redacted and all types of, you know what I'm saying? All types of dumb shit. But I hate communists. They make it so difficult to make this stuff happen, and they want to keep a tight leash on money. But the good news is we'll be getting a quote from Peter tomorrow or within the next few days, and we'll start filing. Some states take a few months, but we'll try to get filed. And basically, we're going to try and file in the states where our current users are. So if you guys haven't already, coinbaseapp.com, link is in the bio below. If you're not investing in Bitcoin, invest in Bitcoin with us now. Help us grow. This is how we're going to take back power from the commies, from the socialists, by building great fucking startups and by controlling money. So support us, become a user. We're growing. We're making things happen. I spoke to my partner today. They put in like another 25K into the company. I got an investor that called me today. One of my homies wants to invest. So if there's anybody out there that wants to invest in one of my companies, please do so. So yeah, that's all I got from me, my end. What's going on with you, man? How's daddy life?
Cool, man. I haven't really been doing too much, just working. I went on a walk. You gotta be careful, man. This has been like the hottest summer I've experienced in a while, man. Like I want to say a good 5, 10 years, man. I don't remember last time it was this hot, man. Usually I see, I take the kids to daycare in the morning. I see all the malls and all the Asian ladies walking. They beating that heat.
Yeah.
My dumb black ass. Oh, I got lunch break. I'm gonna go out and lunch. Yo, I went out walking with no water bottle. Did to walk 2 miles. Yo, I walked past the barbershop. I went and got it cut the next day. He was like, "Man, you was about to look like you was ready to die coming up that hill." I was like, "Yes, I was, man. I was hurting, man.
Yo,
I
you
was
better
hurting."
be careful.
I
You
know, but
better.
you know what I did? I know what I did today. I went this morning. I was like, I'm not messing with this heat no more. I'm not messing with this heat no more.
Yeah,
Um,
when we go for the walk, we try to do that, you know, before the sun is like out there. If it's afternoon, oh, you're gonna get scorched. It's that COVID sun we got out there right now. It's terrible.
208 in the room. Please hit that thumbs up. Please hit the share button. T West $5 donation. Thank you. Happy Thursday. I hope everyone is doing well this week.
Yeah.
Nicholas Price. Whatever happened to Shar? She's still on Twitter. You can go follow her. She a
Yeah.
nut ass, but she sorry sometimes, but she's simple as hell. Shout out to Shar.
Yeah.
But
Much love. Much love.
um, listen, man, how did I get in an entanglement today?
Let's talk about
Coach
that.
Felicia. Let's get this right out the way. I don't know if she's in the chat already. Shout out to Coach Felicia for blocking me. And I'm kind of mad about that because she was one of the follows. Like, you follow people, and sometimes you read certain people. You read everything they tweet. You know what I'm saying? Like Carl, you, Doe. Like when they tweet, I usually read that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you usually got a good tweet, or a good, you know what I mean? I like, or people you go to every day. I go to Ed Asante's Twitter. If anybody follows me, you notice I retweet the same people all the time. You know what I mean? So that's people I follow. She was one of them. I was like, and I'm just gonna give my side of the story, Your Honor. Let me let me tell you, put the kufi over my heart. I swear before the kufi. Listen, and this goes back. No, we gotta take a step back
Uh-oh.
because this
Hold on,
original.
hold on, hold on. First of all, let me just can I hold that thought. Hold that thought. What you about to say? Uncle Hotep got into a spat today on Twitter with a fellow black conservative, self-described conscious conservative, and she ended up blocking him. Okay, proceed.
All right, she sells that conscious conservative wear,
Yeah,
which I'm contemplating trying to. I'm like, man, it's a good idea. Shout out to Coach and her team.
right.
But this goes back to the black conservative chat, and we were talking about we'll get into Kamala,
Mm-hmm.
but how people some people in Jamaica were actual slave owners. All
Yes.
right, and I gave you a jive in the chat saying all you Jamaicans got to pay up, right?
Uh-huh.
So that was my mentality when she went on an explanation about how
Let me read the tweet. I
okay,
got it. I got it right here. Coach Felicia says, so everybody knows how it's spelled Felecia. She says, my birth mom did the lineage thing, discovered she had mulatto, mixed heritage. Her father looked white in some pics. Her half brother looked white. Birth docs indicated mulatto. So your girl has this same lineage. It's possible to be descendants of slaves and slave masters, to which Mr. Uncle Hotep responded, Akata. It's like, nah. he ain't say that. He said, well, you got to pay reparations too. No big deal.
what is the problem with
To which she said, go tell your mama to pay reparations.
that?
To which Uncle Hotep said, okay, won't take away that you owe us. Hashtag pay up. To which, so then somebody brought this to my attention because I hadn't seen this spat. She said, so Felicia, after this stuff has been brought to my attention, she said, Uncle Hotep is in the corner until further notice. Woo! Coach put you in the corner.
Can I take the stand, Your Honor? Can I take the stand?
It's time to take the stand.
Like, listen, that's what I was saying. Well, first off, let's get this clear out the way. You know what I mean? Just because not all whites was slave owners. Let's be like perfectly clear.
This is
You know
fact.
what I mean? Just because you were intermixed with white doesn't mean they was the slave owner niggas. You know what I'm saying? But if you was, I'm on there. Like some people are like, we're black. Let me just be honest. The African American, the Akata Shine is not getting reparations. But it's not like it's not deserved. It's because the Shine is unorganized. They
Yes.
don't have any. They don't have any tech. They don't have any plan. You
Yeah.
got to be devious to get this money out of these folks, out
Right.
of these white folks. You see how the redacted do it. You got to be just as devious, and the Shine is not that. You know what I mean? But if they was, I'm getting the money out all y'all, man. You, Coach Felicia, them jokers from Ghana, Obama, Kamala Harris. I want that money from all y'all because all y'all was descended from slave owners. You know what I mean? You can't just pick and choose. Like they just want the white man, the white slave owners' money. See, they take this Hollywood version of slavery and they apply it to everything, but that's not what really happened. A lot of these jokers was making money off slaves, and some of them look just like you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. That's my whole point.
Mm-hmm.
Pay up. You know what I mean? I wasn't being serious with like, oh, give us run us the check because I know we're not getting a check. You know what I mean? We're supposed to be
You just playing around.
joking. Yeah, I'm just drawing. I'm drawing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Can I get my Philly slang? I was just out here drawing. On the timeline.
Yeah.
But that's my stance. Like my stance is, if y'all was trying to, if y'all trying to get reparations from you go from um, descendants of slave owners,
Mm-hmm.
you can't just you got to make specific, because y'all can't be this like we need reparation and you expect all the white folks to pay for it. No, Georgetown University, Lloyd's of London.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Particular people, yeah, you can just target these businesses because they have it on record. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't
Barclays.
be going. I wouldn't go out and like, yo, I'm a descendant of a slave. I wouldn't even say that anyway. What she said, I like. I mean, I just wouldn't, because that may I feel that would make you culpable. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like if you're saying, oh, my ancestors owned some slave, we own some of you niggas too. That's basically what you're saying, right? Am I drawing?
Well. Let's just be clear and historically factual before you Akatas come for Jamaica. Jamaicans will be paying no reparations to you niggas. That's first of all. You niggas ain't getting a goddamn dime from us. Y'all need to talk to Beyonce people. And I'm gonna tell you why, because them goddamn Creole people down in New Orleans own slaves too. So before you come for us, you're gonna talk to them light skins. You're gonna talk to them light skins down there in Louisiana. Also, we gotta understand the first black slave owner legally was a black man. So you can't come for Jamaicans until you check your fellow ADOS and your fellow Akata first. And before you come for us, before y'all even come for us, because we not paying y'all niggas, we ain't got shit to get you. You hear what I'm saying? China done took all the Jamaican shit. So we ain't got shit to give. We ain't even got weed to give. White man that made weed illegal in Jamaica. How that happened, I don't know. But we ain't got shit to give. But before you come for us, y'all got to talk to the redacted. Y'all got to talk to Barclays. Y'all got to talk to AIG. Y'all got a lot of corporations y'all got to go to before y'all better not even look our way. Y'all look our way, we kicking y'all ass. Fuck that. It's gonna be a diaspora war for real. All up and down the timeline. We talking shit.
But yeah, that was it, man. I wasn't like, I tweeted those two things and I got blocked. And I dipped over to the other account to see what was rolling. There was a whole bunch of stuff written. I'm like, damn, like it wasn't like they're dead ass. It wasn't that serious. I know how you might have people might have bad days, and you might like you try to be serious, and somebody come in drawing on your account, and you be mad as hell. I understand. I can understand the block, but it's no hard feelings on my part. You know what I mean? But I wasn't trying to. I wasn't trying to be. I wasn't trying. I wasn't trying to be a dickhead. Be honest. I swear. But that's just my stance, man.
But you gotta understand, black conservatives have just walked away. They're not Hoteps.
Right,
These
right,
are
right.
people straight fresh off the liberal plantation. So they not used to our humor yet. They not used to the Hoteps and how we move. Hoteps, we got jokes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Coach Felicia, she on edge all the time. She on edge all the time. She on go. So that usually with the black conservatives, I see them. Even in the chat, I pop my little jokes, and I don't want to argue. I don't want no sauce. I don't want no, especially the women. I don't want no sauce with black women. I ain't fucking with the black women. Y'all got it. Okay. So I don't even know why you fucked with a black woman in the first place. That's why we had to bring you to the principal's office.
I do know better about that because I usually leave them alone. I usually don't even get in that drawing thing because they gonna call me out for pogging, and then y'all gonna have me on the timeline trending like y'all did last time and shit. Man, just full of bullshit for fucking 2 days. But,
out, out here dipping in that vanilla ice cream.
but I honestly didn't. I didn't mean anything by it. That was just my point of view. I wasn't trying to be funny and stuff like that. It's not an insult, you know what I'm saying? I'm just
Right.
like, if your family owned slaves, that's it. y'all had some cake, y'all had some dollars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I hope you did something with yo. You did something. I hope you didn't fuck it off. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't the generation that fucked up your money, your family's wealth. But you know what I mean? It is what it is. I didn't mean anything by it. But yeah, you're right. I usually don't on that type of time. But as soon as she's like, you tell your mom to get some reparations, I should have left it alone. Then I was just like, well, I couldn't. I was like, are you serious right now? My brain was like, are you serious right now? Like we went this far?
You told your mama out. That's how you know she was hurt.
Hey, when I talked to my mom a couple of days, I'm gonna tell her that. Like, somebody told me you got to pay me some reparations. But my mom's family's from Virginia. There wasn't no slave owners. Neither was my dad. He's from North Carolina. I'm 100%. I'm 100% slave. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
You know what I mean? So I'm fresh out. You know what I'm saying? Like I
I,
don't know what to say.
I'll be honest with you. I've been hiding a lot of my history. My grandmother's mother was a slave,
Oh, okay.
legit slave. You know what I'm saying? So my grandmother was one of them strict, cuss you out, smoke cigarettes, drink beer grandmothers, straight from the deep
Okay.
south, straight from the deep south. And I tell you right now, if I'd have walked in the house with a white woman, that white woman got her ass whooped. She'd have cussed me out. I had that, she was one generation right out of slavery. I think my grandmother, was like right there. Like I think my grandmother was born in like 1920. I want to say like 1920. So she definitely, she ain't like white folks. And I could totally understand because she was from the deep south and she dealt with that real Jim Crow shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, so y'all niggas ain't getting no money from Brian Sharp, okay? Yeah, that shit balance out. My slate because I got a white man on my daddy's side now. My my grandmother's father was a German, and that
Okay.
nigga was royalty. So when I say we was kangs, nigga, we was kangs. So I got a little bit of white folks in me too. You know what I mean? So I'm claiming my white folks too, and then I got a little bit of white privilege, motherfucker. You know what I mean? But so that's why y'all not getting from me because I got a little bit of both. I'm exempt. Y'all better talk to them full blooded slave owners like Kamala Harris.
Oh, let's read the super chats. Luger Storm, have you guys heard the Hotep album of the year, Lunar Solar Duality by Combata?
I'm gonna listen to it now.
All right, Luger, I'm gonna play that tomorrow. You better not be BSing us.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out for the donations. Excuse me. Sean Randolph, these politicians keep us entertained with this ongoing soap opera. They sure do. Street politics with Talisha. She blocked me, then unblocked me, then blocked me again. She a clown.
What you do, Talisa? What you do?
John J. Redacted should pay reparations. Welcome back, John J.
Welcome back, John J.
Steph Colonel, Jamaica must pay.
We ain't got shit for you.
Hotep with it. I hope I ain't missed y'all talking about young Pharaoh catching a redacted body the other night. Hoteps and Herbs stay with it.
Uh,
Did you watch that, Jordan?
I sure did.
No.
Every last minute of it.
I didn't watch it. I was reading about there was a thread on Poll about it, right?
Oh,
They was
word?
and I guess he said he asked them what's the highest rate of cancer over in
Skin cancer. Yeah, you talking about skin cancer. Yeah.
I fell out laughing. I was crying. I was like, you see, you don't even belong there. I was
We might as well just start talking about that right now before
crying.
we get into the rest of these super chats. Young Pharaoh's a brave motherfucker. And I say brave, I mean brave. But yeah, he went toe to toe. First, he started out the discourse. He said, look, this is going to be discussion. It's a discourse. 20 minutes in, that nigga was full on dragon, fire breathing dragon, Godzilla on his ass. And he
Right.
wasn't letting up. I mean, he was like, where are y'all from? Where do y'all come from? I know where we come from. Where do y'all come from? Y'all niggas come from the caves of the Caucasus Mountains. I mean, straight up like Hotep, level 9,000. I enjoyed every last minute of it. It was a great debate. He debated a rabbi on the validity of Israel and whatnot. And I think the rabbi held his own. I think the rabbi had some great points and, had his talking points. But I think my beef is with Jewish people and Islamic people is, and even Christians, right? It's like there's history, and then it's like what y'all call this holy book. And they like to take this holy book, whether it's the Quran, Torah, or Tanakh or Bible, whatever their book is, they like to make that history, right? So the Hebrew Israelites, for example, the Hebrew Israelites like to say, oh, the Egyptians owned slave. Yeah, according to that Bible created at a Council Nicaea, that's correct. But according to historical record, that's highly inaccurate. That's wholly inaccurate. We've had pharaohs that were Hebrew, that were so-called Jewish. So you can't. I hate when they try to conflate the holy book with history, right? And so the rabbi really had no historical record of where the Caucasian race comes from. He only had biblical records of
Right, right.
and I think that's where I kind of deviate from the three main religions. Is like, yo, I'm going by history. I'm not going by your holy book, because according to your holy book, the world started 3,000 years ago, but according to scientists, the world's much older than that. So somebody lying, and it's definitely you. You know what I mean? So I think Pharaoh won because of that advantage, because he had empirical evidence, genetic evidence, and historical evidence.
Yeah, it's like you can't really have a religious versus science debate. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like you go, it's going to take a turn. You know what I mean? Like because once you get out of that book, you can't. This some shit just doesn't add up. Well, I think we can all agree that on that. You
yeah,
gotta. Now I will say some of those things is like you read is have come to fruition. But
right.
but the historical thing about man and stuff like that, then it's this way incomplete. You know what I mean? So
And even some of those like predictions, it's like, every civilization, those stories could be applied for. Civilization
right, right.
went up and it went down. So it's like you can't just say we're living in the times of revelations now, when Rome had a time of revelations, Greece had a time of revelations, Egypt had a time that was similar to the time of revelations. So I hate when they try to conflate that with, today.
Yeah, but somebody in chat said he finished it off with respect and nothing personal.
Yeah,
That's what you need. You know what I mean? No, no getting mad, no like wanting to fight and all this other junk, man. Just have a discussion, and shake hands at the end of the day, and be good. I know we're all virtual. We do the virtual bump and shit like that, but
right.
that's the way it should be. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hold on.
You got Steve P and Ancapped.
Oh yeah, DP. Oh, hold on. Oh, and Cap, be careful. I hear there might be some notable exceptions around these parts.
We got to
We
get
got
the t-shirts made.
we got snitches in our midst. Oh my gosh. Steve P, thanks for the donation. Been looking forward to this week's episode. Best way to start a 3-day weekend. Stay blessed. Enjoy your 3-day weekend, Steve P, and thank you for the donation. Steve P donates every week. Thank you, Steve P. Hotep with it. Oh, I already read this one. I just read this shit out of order about the Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Patriot J, Hotep Nation, because Clinton killing them Haitians. Shout out Patriot J. I'm gonna have him on my channel in a few weeks. Stay tuned for that. But shout out to Patriot J.
And real quick, we should just segue real quick for the next super chat. Patriot J, we're gonna nominate him for a Grifter of the Year award. So get ready, Patriot J. You're probably gonna be up for like youngest grifter or something like that, like the youth grifter. So people in the chat, we'd love to hear from you on what category should we have for Grifter of the Year. What are some of the categories we got so far? Um,
Oh, I mean, we got like
sports,
yeah,
um, female grifter of the year. So along those lines, you guys know award shows.
yeah. We definitely need nominations or nomination ideas for categories for Grifter of the Year. So please leave them in the comments or you can hit us up on Twitter at Hotep Jesus at Uncle Hotep. Hotep Tiger, thanks for a $20 donation. Shout outs to the Hoteps from the last episode. You guys talked about the shine going crazy over the white man wearing fresh Jordans. And a couple weeks ago, I witnessed it with my own eyes, but he was wearing LeBrons though.
Same thing. Mm-hmm.
John J, why the faces on Egyptian statues not look black? Not coming at y'all. Genuine question.
Because you don't want them to be black, John Jay.
I mean, some are black, some aren't black. I wouldn't expect them all to be black. Like I wouldn't expect them all to be white. This is like I hate this. Like this Richard Spencer and fucking Roland Martin, both two shines arguing about we built the pyramids. No, we built the pyramids. That was the most sickest shit I ever seen in my fucking life. I'm like, this shit is sick.
And neither one of them know how to build a pyramid. I have no idea how they was built.
No, I fucking dear, man. No, I fucking dear. I seen. Oh, that's right. Remember a couple weeks ago, Elon Musk said the aliens did it, and then one progressive, black progressive, was like, "This is racism." They're trying to say blacks were so stupid they couldn't even build the pyramids. The aliens had to do it. I fucking like. I just like. I
Well,
couldn't even.
young Pharaoh has a great take on this. And this is a take that I believe in, have believed in for a very long time.
What'd
Right?
he say?
And this is where the white man let it come in and fuck history up. So what do they call um the aliens? They call them Anunnaki.
Okay,
Right?
yeah,
Okay. In Africa, you have the Anu tribe or Anu Naga. Anu Naga Anunnaki, right?
right.
If you ask young Pharaoh, he'll let you know based upon genetic evidence, not no holy book, not no history book, based upon genetic evidence that black African people have extraterrestrial DNA. So when you see an alien, this is why they ain't told us about aliens yet. Because when you see an alien, you're going to see a black man. Area 51 is full of niggas. And that's why they don't want it to get it out. Because if they ever find out it's niggas on other planets that's doing space travel, Elon Musk gonna be sick.
Oh my God.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
We
And
went from
and I'm ready to debate. Me and Young Pharaoh ready to debate anybody on this topic.
he said we went from we was kings from we to we was aliens. We
With
was ET.
ET. We with ET, nigga. Why you think ET Brown, nigga, with them long arms? Uh-huh. We was ET, nigga.
um,
So yes, aliens built the pyramids, but aliens was black.
Pam S, thank you for the $4.99 donation. Um, God, aliens. The super shines.
Somebody said extra shine terrestrial.
You know what? You know what? Oh, listen,
My
listen.
side. My
No,
side.
check this out. And the yellow sun gives us, it charges our fucking melanin. That's why we can run faster and shit
Yeah,
like that.
yo.
White man stole Superman from us.
Do I got a story? Let me tell that story again. For people that missed that, that was before Hoteps Been Told You was great. What's Superman's real name?
Clark Kent.
No, it's not. That's his
Oh,
white
Clark,
name. That's his
right.
that's the colonized slave
Kal-El.
name.
Isn't it Kal-El? Isn't
Khalil.
it?
Only a black man gonna be named Khalil, right? And where he get his superpowers from? The goddamn sun. Superman was black. And he ain't got no daddy. That's how you know he black.
Holy shit, man! This is hilarious. Um,
I think white people colonized Krypton, and that's why his parents died. They had to ship him to Earth.
you know what? Listen, man. I hate we're going down this fucking rabbit hole. I was on Lipstick Alley and just and they're blaming. You know how they be going in on black men, but I be going there trolling. I'll be calling out and see. I shouldn't have said this, but anyway, one of the ladies said, black men, because somebody had about oh that's right, Hotep Nation, get your mugs. I swear to God, one of the ladies in Lipstick Alley had a post saying that black men they colonized older Neanderthals, and they agreed. I swear to God. I
We
swear.
colonized the Neanderthals.
Yeah,
What time period?
I don't know. They didn't get into it. They said You can look it up. You can look it up. It was black men's fault. Created all the races. Couldn't keep our dick in the pants. I guess.
I've heard that theory before. A nigga can't turn down some white coochie. First black man laid eyes on the pork. He was like, I gotta get
oh, oh man, stop it, man.
that. I mean, if you talk about Moors, I mean, the Moors definitely civilized Europe after the Dark Ages. White people was dying. They should just thank Africa for civilizing them because y'all almost didn't make it if it wasn't for the Moors. And the Moors went in there and they saved y'all. So, shout out to the Moors for saving white people. White people, y'all made it. So there's kind of some, but they weren't
I
near
I think that she was like referring to way before that.
to way before that. Oh yeah, yeah. I could see maybe. They ain't turned down no white coochie.
Aztec Mecca Syrians built the pyramids, the Negas.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. We want to get into. We want to talk WAP, man. You want to talk WAP, man?
I saw WAP.
WAP dropped. I listened to it. I like the song. You know what I'm saying? Um, Now it caused a big stir because talk about the quality of hip hop and things of that nature. And but I came from an era. There's always been songs that raunchy. Two Live Crew was like listen. There used to be a karaoke, right? And there's this 50-year-old white man used to come in there and do the Two Live Crew pop that pussy pop. So you had this 50. Imagine a 50-year-old balding white man with glasses doing Two Live Crew pop that pussy. He brought the house down every single time. You
Ain't nothing
know.
better than the white. Ain't nothing better than a white man rapping black music.
So like now is it a bad look? I mean a lot of hip hop is bad look. Everybody's coming up with Meg Thee Stallion even came out. Y'all was listening to Slob on my knob. Now you want to criticize WAP. Well, both of them could have been wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's the point we see. This is the point we miss. When they come with that, you're supposed to come up with say, well, all that shit's wrong. We got to stop all of it. You can't. You got to admit, like I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like when CeeLo Green was going to talk about it, he has to admit, like, hey, I played my part in it, and I want to rectify it. You should too. That's the way angle y'all had to take. But if you're just saying Meg and Cardi can't rap this way while you rap the same way y'all been rapping, or you rapping that drill rap, then your argument don't hold water. You know what I'm saying?
All facts. All facts. Um, I'm over here. I'm over here looking up. All right, let's just go down the line. Just so y'all know, I'm reading from Renegade History of Thaddeus Russell. That's the homie. I'm a part of Renegade University. Shout out to Renegade University. I do a lot of learning there. He's got some great videos. Uh, New York Times, 1876. The Italian is lazier, more gossiping, and fitter for intrigue than the American. Uh, Italians described as black-eyed, swarthy, and wicked in an 1881 New York Times article. They also go on to say Italians wield a primitive sexual power, right? This is what they were saying. Italians was lynched in Denver, right? Now, we're going to go on. Actually, I might not be able to find it right now, so I just go off the top of my head. Okay. It was indeed not until World War II did many Italians identify openly and mobilize politically as white. So I'm gonna tell you another story. Same thing happened with the Irish. They was niggas. Now what's different? Now where am I getting at with this? How did they go from niggas to white folks? They stopped all the goddamn buck dancing and all the. They stopped dancing the WAP, 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 whatever the name of the song is. They stopped the WAP. They started getting they act together. They started putting on their suits and going in, getting good jobs and controlling their shit. Niggas, we gotta clean up our act. All of it's bad, like Uncle Hotep said. It's all bad. You can't single out Meg and Cardi B. I think Cardi B said something great on this, right? She was like, yo, y'all niggas is buying this shit. Like, it's not my fault y'all niggas is buying this shit. I gotta cater to the market. And she's absolutely correct. First of all, shout out to Cardi B. Shout out to Meg Thee Stallion. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. If the white man getting y'all paid off for selling coochie music, sell your coochie music. Fuck these niggas. Fuck all these niggas, because all these niggas want to vote for Joe Biden and Kamala, so I hope they die any motherfucking way. That's tequila talking, so don't nobody clip that and try to catch me off guard. But listen, Cardi B is absolutely correct. You cannot blame the marketer for marketing based upon the market. You have to blame the market. You have to blame the consumer. And I say this about capitalism all the time. Don't blame the capitalist, blame the consumer. If you niggas wasn't dancing to the music, they wouldn't be selling the music. But y'all niggas keep accepting it. And you can't single out the ladies for putting out WAP when you got niggas talking about shooting up other niggas and they talk about doing drugs and drinking lean and fucking on hoes and like Two Live Crew music was great for freedom of speech. It's not great for the black community. You see the difference? So right. So that's why I never came down on it. I never said, oh, this is discussion, da, da, da. I don't agree with it. I'm not going to listen to it like all the time. I played the video twice. I ain't going to lie. They look good. Like, Megan looks so goddamn good. I'd have climbed that tree. But anyway, and Cardi looked good too. I've been had it ever since Cardi got her teeth fixed. I've been had a crush on Cardi. I love Cardi B. I'll be honest with you. As ignorant and as stupid as she is, I love Cardi B. Say, Hoteps Jesus loves Cardi B. I just love people, you know, and I love people's right to be in individuals. I love individualism. So I'm not going to say, yo, you're wrong for this. What I will say is radio loves to promote that shit, right? The powers that be love to give us that and not the conscious music. Radio won't play the most deaf stuff, right? They won't push us Rhapsody. But we have to, it's our job to uplift Rhapsody. It's our job to uplift Lupe Fiasco. When Lupe Fiasco had his feud with Atlantic, we turned our back on him. And that's why he's independent now. Because us as the consumer turned our back on our Lasers album. If we want better music, we have to support those artists. Janelle Monáe, I think, is a very conscious type music artist. She hates Hoteps. I forgive her for that. But hey, it is what it is. But she's the type of person that never really had to pop a pussy to make music, right? She's a real pure musician. Right. So I don't agree with WAP. I will bob my head to it if it come on the radio, like it's cool, whatever. If I'm bobbing my head to killing music, I might as well bob my head to that. But again, how did Italians and Irish stop being classified as niggas? They stopped playing WAP. And niggas, is not going to get their act together. Remember, I said this. Niggas not going to get their act together until they stop with the filthy content. Until you clean up your content and your content is more educational, more uplifting, you always going to be a slave. And that's all I got to say about that shit.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. But it seemed like this was like, can we talk about it from a marketing spin? It would seem like it was the perfect market. How do you have Ben Shapiro reading off the fucking lyrics? Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why is he commenting on this? You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
forgot
there's
about that.
millions of rap songs that come out. You know what I mean? So, but this come out and everybody want to talk about it. Then they was genius for having Kylie Jenner in there.
That
Oh,
was perfect.
no. See,
We got to talk about that, right? We got to talk about that. Go ahead. Yep.
so half the people was like, she's taking up space for there could be a black presence in there instead of Kylie Jenner, and people like, I wish
Representation.
these Kardashians would get out of her culture. Hold up, Shine. The Kardashians are part of your culture. I don't want to hear this. I'm tired of y'all saying this. Y'all dick rode them from sun up to sundown. You can't tell me Kim, Kendra,
Kendall,
all them are part of.
Kendall, Kylie, Kim. Yep. Kendall, Kylie, Kim, Chloe.
Come on now. If hip hop is went, this is because hip hop has slid so far pop. But if they've been a part of the culture since I don't know when. Like I don't know what y'all talking about. Get them out of the culture. They're goddamn part of it. Like y'all gotta stop with this hate. You know what I mean? I know I'm not getting in women's business, but it's women on women hate. It's just that's a women thing. They they just see them as competition, and that's what they are. They're competition for the same men, and that's basically what it breaks down to. You know what I mean? But to say they're not part of the urban culture is like, come on now. Like, I don't know what y'all talking
First of all, the black woman need to thank Kim Kardashian.
about.
The black woman needs to thank. They should have an award ceremony for Kim Kardashian. They should induct Kim Kardashian into the Black Celebrity Hall of Fame. Why? What did black women complain about before Kim Kardashian? Our body type is not acceptable as a standard of beauty.
It
Isn't
is
that
now. It is now. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
and who they got to thank for that?
Great, Kim Kardashian. She started that shit.
Kim Kardashian made it okay for the white woman to have a fat ass. White women need to thank Kim Kardashian because some of y'all had a little bit too much dragging in your wagon. And y'all need to thank her because she made it okay for you to have hips. Because white men wasn't even digging white women that was curvy. Now, white women that curvy can get themselves a man. Even white men are like, you know what? I like a little ass too. I didn't even know I liked ass. I like ass now, right? Even white men like ass now. Everybody need to thank Kim Kardashian because she has solved so many problems as far as the standards of beauty are concerned. Black woman, Kim Kardashian is your ally, and y'all need to stop hating on that woman. And all the Kardashians have conquered your men. I could see if they came in your culture and started dating white men, but they taking your man, so they letting you know I love you niggas. They love you niggas. Kim Kardashian is Kim Kardashian, Kanye West are the royal family of the black community. They are the royal, and second to them is Jay-Z and Beyonce. Second, I remember I said they number two now. Remember I said they number two. Why? Because of independence and lack of dependence on the higher power. We're not gonna talk about that right now though. We're gonna stick to
Right.
okay. Black women came out and was mad because Kylie Jenner was in the video.
That was wild.
They like think about how many followers Kylie Jenner got on the goddamn Instagram. 500 million.
Oh, yeah, it's
Instagram. Let
tough
me
to.
go to Instagram real quick. Shout out to Selah Marley. I would just want to say shout out to her and stuff she was going through this week. Our heart goes out to you. Fuck the shade room for coming at you crazy. Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner. And Kylie Jenner is a fine black woman. That's a fine black woman. 190 million followers. I'm looking at it right here. 190 million followers. So to hate on the fact that Kylie Jenner's in the video, you're basically telling Cardi B and Meg not to go get the bag. Nigga, that's reparations. Having Kylie in your shit, that's reparations. What Scott Adams said. Scott Adams said the greatest ally to white people, I mean to black people, is white people that want to help. We gonna need white people to help us. They done took this country, they stay shit, they the majority. We gonna need their help. And there's a lot of them that want to help. How you gonna, nigga, if Kylie called me, nigga, she could be president of Hotep Nation. I don't give a fuck. Like, it's 190 million people looking at your video. You know how much guap you're gonna get off of that? So they don't even respect the business of that decision. Now, remember, they was talking about Meg and being jealous of Kylie
Right.
because the shooting or
Yeah.
whatever. That was
Sure.
the other play in there. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, y'all said we was beefing. Look at this. She in the video. There was
Right.
so many levels to it. I respected it. I think this black woman is just naturally jealous of the white woman, and they got to get over that because white women love you. They're imitating your body style, so you need to teach them. We got to remember, Renegade History of the United States. If you read it, white people and black people was just like this. It was like freaking frat. We was together. We was friends. Don't let McGraw Hill fool you and think that white people and black people was enemies because we was not.
Drew Sample, thanks for a donation. Being 67 more Neanderthal than the rest 23 and me, I am offended. Thank you, Drew Sample, 14.99. LP, $10 donation, dropping off some collection plate. Hotep, when are we going to get that shut up and code hoodie in 2X? I need that.
I'm like Abercrombie. I don't let people that's too big wear my clothes.
Oh, come on, man. This guy fat shaming and shit.
Nah. Remember Abercrombie said that? They said we don't make
Oh,
stuff in
yeah,
certain
yeah,
sizes
yeah.
because we wanted a certain look. You know what it was? It was really a money thing. Like I didn't have, the funds to buy all different types of sizes.
Right.
So we can only buy a certain set of sizes. And I'm not going to do hoodies now because it's still summer. But when I bring back the hoodies, I'll bring some 2X back for you, LP. My bad.
Okay. Ben Shapiro remix was better than the original. Changed my mind. Rabbit hole $5 donations. Kamar Daniel $10 donations. Donations. Shout out to Dr. Umar. Donations. Drew Sample. Italians were invaded by the Moors and were very swarthy. Hotep Tiger. They want to get Kylie Jenner out of here. They want to remove her from the music video. Petty. Nerd Nash. 499. Thanks for donation. Shout out to Nerd Nash. Follow him on Twitter.
Nerd.
Brody McFarlane, they were Irish alien kings too. No buck dancing.
See, a white man always trying to take our history.
Uncle Hotep, do you believe in this goofy rhetoric about the Moors too?
Oh, John Jay.
All I know about the Moors is I seen that video. I'll never forget it. The guy was pointing out. He was like, the Moors were the original sellouts. He's like, there was a video, and they was like, I don't know. I think it was Belgium. There was black folks in the tassels, and the white man had a machine gun and was wearing people out. And it was like, there he is, the feds. I was like, oh my god. He was trying to say the Moors. He was leading the white man around certain parts of Africa and selling people out. Man, that's what he said. And that was on tape. I seen that with my own eyes.
It's on video. White man shooting niggas and the Moors are standing right there like
holding the fucking ammo and shit.
you need another round, boss? Hold on, let me hold this nigga still for your ass. Yeah, they was there.
Um, who else? John Jay. He repeatedly asked the same question. Um, Kerry Ashley. The last award for GTOY should be most valuable grifter. The
Uh,
nominees, please.
Most valuable grifter. I like that.
The saga begins. They mad these Armenians got a slot in thought culture and not just black women.
Good point.
They're right, man. Because you know that I'm not going to talk about this thought stuff no more. Anyway, CJ Man 2112. I like him thick and thin to watch rap WAP for a minute and then a little too much junk for me. And I'm not a fan of twerking. Am I normal?
There's no such thing as normal.
Buffalo Bill. I asked Mark Lamont Hill if men could have a WAP. He never answered. Oh my God! How did I forget that, man? Oh
Yeah,
my!
you missed that opportunity. You missed that.
He's got to say yes, right? Some men have whacked. He said that he finished, man. If men can get pregnant, men can have a WAP. Oh no! I'm gonna load that in the chamber. I got that ready. I'm gonna load that in the chamber.
You
I'll
gotta
load
let
that in
that
the
go.
chamber.
You gotta let that go at noon tomorrow. High noon.
um,
You got CJ Man 212.
yeah, I said his
Uh,
his. You want to talk about You want to get into Biden? Kamala? You want to talk about Kamala?
let's go on get on into it.
Biden names Kamala as his vice president.
Hold up.
Oh,
Hoteps been told you.
yeah, I think you had mentioned that.
Of course. I've been saying it all year.
Yeah, I guess we all figured he was going to get. I thought it was between Susan Rice and her, but Susan was kind of a dark horse. All the white women were kind of bowing out except Elizabeth Warren. Like the governor Whitman from Michigan, she was like, "I'm bowing out. You better name a black woman." And they named Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
The African American, the Yakata Deshaun, was jumping for joy on Facebook, K-Book, whatever you want to call it. Now, an argument has come up about her ethnicity. Now, this is my stance. If she took her yellow ass up there when she got sworn in, and they said you're going to be the first Indian American in Senate, yes, thank you, knock on wood. When Joe Biden swore in, her family got behind her. She's like, "Oh, you're going to take a picture of my family." I pressed pause. I was like, I gotta count the African Americans in this picture. It was like maybe 2.5. I was like, they might be niggas. There was 2.5 niggas, I thought, right? The rest was all Indian. There was a couple white folks. They even had the extended. No more niggas came out there. No more
Mm,
niggas came out on the stage.
mm,
Now some of these shots will say she went to Howard. She went to Howard, right?
mm.
Hampton.
Howard.
Howard. She went to Howard.
I think. I want to say Howard, yes.
I get them mixed up which one she went to, right?
I'm a Kata school.
And that's why
Yeah, Howard University.
now her mother is fully Indian.
Yes.
Her dad is biracial, white and black, white and Jamaican.
Right.
Because the white side of the family is allegedly the slave trader side. You know what I mean? How does that? I don't understand how that becomes a black woman. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be insulting or anything like that. To me, she's Indian American. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and this is where I said I was so mad. I was like, and I was talking to my uncle about other stuff, man, and he was getting on my nerves. He trying to justify George Bush and Jr. and Trump being the worst than George Bush Jr. I was like, come on, man. I was done with that. These people try and justify it. And I said this, I was like, I was done with it. I was like, y'all deserve Sean King, y'all deserve Rachel Dolezal because y'all can't, like, you can't even see it. Like, how was she go on TV, swear in as one thing, and then come before y'all and say as a black woman? I'm like, come on, man. Like, Like I don't get that. That's kind of funny. It's kind of iffy to say she's a black person. You know what I mean? To seem to me, she has more. The black part of her is the least out of her thing. To me, I'm just being honest. She seems more Indian than me. There's an African proverb that the woman is the one that dictates the culture. She's the one that passes on the culture.
You
Her
is what your mama is.
and they're the same. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Even in the Jewish culture, it's the same thing.
Yeah. So I'm like, how can y'all discredit her being mainly raised up in the Indian culture, and just because she go to a HBCU, now y'all gonna be like, oh, she's black? Like, you don't have to be black to go to a HBCU. I don't know why these shines they're just like, how did they not get this?
Because they don't know shit.
Oh,
Them niggas, half these niggas never seen a passport, let alone have one.
right,
Half these niggas never left a state.
right.
Only place these niggas been was Atlanta and Miami.
Come on.
Maybe New York. Real talk. These niggas never been nowhere. They don't know shit. Let's talk about Kamala. Let's talk about her lineage. In order to talk about her lineage, I have to refer back to my interview with Dr. Shiva because I knew this, but Dr. Shiva has clarified it for us. In India, there's a caste system, and there's higher rates of racism in India than you'll find in America. In
Right.
fact, it's more Jim Crow than Jim Crow. Matter of fact, I was texting my homeboy today and we was talking. And he was talking about this Indian girl he smashed in high school. And he straight up mentioned how she ended up with a black man and her family disowned her.
Right.
Now that's some Confederate, type Jim Crow shit,
Right.
down south racist shit, right? White folks nowadays, you can bring home a black man, they like, fuck it. What size Jordans do I wear? That's what the daddy's saying, right? he trying to learn some TikTok dances or something. This is why I say white folks are not our enemy. A lot of
they're
niggas hate us.
definitely they're definitely the most lenient on that.
Yes.
They're definitely, but it seems like they're both black, white and black's the most lenient on it. Because if it was a Mexican, they would do the same thing. If it was Vietnamese, same thing. They run your ass out of the fuck.
White folks are the least racist people on the planet.
I probably agree with that. I probably agree with that. To blacks, yeah, I probably say yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look how the Chinese operate. Oh, them niggas is racist. That should say Chinese only when you go to China. Not even white people allowed up in that motherfucker. So let's just be clear. Y'all want to talk all this shit about white folks? Take your ass to China and see if they tell your black ass, oh, no, thank you. No, thank you. Right? Oh, no. Oh, no. So let's talk about India. Take your black ass to India. Watch how the motherfuckers look at your ass. You better stay on that resort. If they even got one in India. That dirty ass place. Anyway,
Oh, come on, man.
hey, they're in the top 5 for pollution. I'm just speaking from empirical evidence. I am so sorry. Them niggas is dirty.
Yo,
Um,
I seen one video where African students went there to go study, and something happened allegedly happened to a girl, but they didn't do it. Man, them Indians wore their asses out, man. They wore their asses the fuck out. But I mean,
Dang.
I'm not, they would do that to anybody. They would do that to themselves. You know what I mean? Yeah, they do that to the police. The police step out of line of India, they getting their ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
it's a different mentality over there. It's just way different.
Yeah, it's like 1820 in India.
Go on.
The cop pull your ass over. You ain't getting a ticket. Turn your ass around. Ha ha. He's smacking your ass with a piece of sugar
Uh,
cane.
Remember they was on the lockdown. People was going. Was it on when the lockdown first came?
You ain't got your mask on.
They was whooping ass. I was screaming.
The dude on the motorcycle trying to get away. He couldn't start that thing fast enough. What at? What at? What? Whooping ass. One dude was like, "Yo, you keep hitting me. I ain't." You could tell he had his ass whooped by a cop a few times. So let's just before we talk Kamala, we have to talk about Indian culture. Now, let's talk Indian culture in Jamaica. My father, back in the 60s, was dating an Indian girl. She used to have to sneak him in and out the house. Because if she got caught with a black man, that would have been her ass. And she loved my daddy. He said she loved him. He said she was pretty. He said he was like, that was one of my favorites. So that Indian shit that came from India, when they came over to Jamaica, they carried the same racism with them, where they stuck to themselves. Now in Jamaica, what you have is you have mixed breeds, and instead of a mulatto, what you have is an Indian and a black Jamaican, and they call them coolie, right? My brother and sister is coolie. So when you see my sister, she got Indian hair. My brother, when he was younger, because of his Indian roots, literally looked like Michael Jackson.
Right.
Brown Mike, not white Mike, brown Mike. He looked like Michael Jackson. In fact, he used to wear his hair curly like that, and he had a Thriller jacket, and he got so many girls in the 80s because he looked like Mike. He just resembled him, right? Didn't look exactly like him, but he just had that, that straight hair, and so they're coolie. Even my cousin, shout out to my cousin Jessica, she a coolie, but she got that long Indian hair. Back to Kamala. Who did Kamala marry?
White man.
Your Honor, I rest my case. Why, if she's so pro-black, how is the left so progressive? How is the left so black that their primary candidate is a white man who has a history of racism, who has a history of segregation, who's been on the goddamn Macy's parade float with a goddamn KKK damn near, right? Robert Byrd, Grandmaster of the KKK. How is that their primary candidate and their VP, a black woman married to a white man? That's how progressive they are?
Hold on. I might give her a pass on marrying a white guy
Okay.
because she was married. She dated plenty of brothers. There's plenty of pictures. She got a little bit around. She got tired of getting ran through. I think.
look, look, look. White women know it. Indian women know it. Black men are only good for bed. They not good for marriage. You better play around with them. Even white women, they play around with us in college. But they daddy let them know, look. You better get you a Chad. You better get you a Mark. You better get you a Michael. If they redacted, you better get you a David, right? They know their daughters is playing around and messing around. But you gotta stick to your race when it comes to the marriage. Why? Marriage is about keeping the funds in the family, the lineage. So that's what Kamala knew. She like, look, I'm gonna fuck around with y'all niggas, but I ain't about to marry none of you niggas. And that's her inner racism.
I don't know. You don't think Arsenio could have pulled it, man?
Who?
What's not what's his name? What the fuck?
Not the nigga with the dark circles around his eyes.
Not Arsenio. The bald head dude that used to have that TV show. Montel Williams. Or
Oh,
Montel.
see, yeah, Montel comes off as a guy who like probably tried to control her. Kamala's not the type of person you could control. You know that. She want to, black girl magic her way into everything. So you kind of, some women you got to let them spread their wings. And Montel wanted to be the man and not kind of like let her. I could tell he's that type of dude. Just by how he operating on the timeline today, he just seemed like an ignorant nigga. Yeah.
Now they obviously did this to try to sew up the black vote, but as you can see, there's dissension on Kamala on several fronts. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
The ADOS front, first of all, you know what I mean? ADOS came out and was like, oh hell no, y'all not doing this to again. Y'all did the same shit with Obama. here y'all go again. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like
Half breeds.
they want foundational, even foundational Black Americans. Even Ann Coulter's chimed in and said, "You know, she no. This is all we should be standing with the found ADOS, ADOS." You know, Ann Coulter is a
Oh,
fan
who
of
said that?
Ann Coulter,
And
man.
Coulter said she typed in ADOS.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, she did it a couple times,
Yeah,
man. She,
that's my girl. Let's
yeah.
go. Let's go, Ann.
You know, a lot of people, the ADOS is complaining about that. You know, and then people were complaining about now you have the cop thing, and y'all were getting on the white conservative. I see a lot of people getting on the white conservatives because they'd be like defend the blue, and then they'd be saying Kamala's a cop. Like, I was getting because I don't like trying to correct what white conservatives say. I'm like, I don't give a damn what Charlie Kirk and them say. Man, to be honest, I'm not like I think black conservatives should just have their own wing, man. Like, don't try to correct what they're going to because you're all going to eventually have different points of views on things because I mean, different races. I mean, you're just going to have different views. Y'all can say the conservatism is going to bind you, but you're still going to have different ideas, different objectives. That's without a shadow of a doubt. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people were getting on about that being a cop and a record and shit like that. You know, she got blown up by Tulsi Gabbard. That was disgraceful. You know what I'm saying? She was calling Joe Biden a segregationist a couple months ago. And what I really want to know, Sean, if it was all this black girl magic, if it was all about the black candidate, she was running for office. Y'all didn't elect her. Y'all chose the white man over her. Now y'all want to come back all, oh, yeah, come on. Why didn't y'all vote for her then? I don't understand it. How can y'all? She was running for office and was getting blown the fuck out.
They got tricked by that Bernie. They chose Bernie over her, and
Yeah.
Bernie got snubbed. The problem is that Cotter don't know how the political system works. They don't know. Fuck the political system. They don't know how the DNC work. If they knew how the DNC work, things might have been different. The DNC is cruddy, man. The DNC is just a real cruddy organization, man. Just corrupt to the bone. But again, let's talk about Kamala's blackness. Her daddy black. He got nigga hair. That's the first sign I look for. Do the nigga got nigga hair? He got that nappy nigga hair. You know what I mean? You can't run a comb through it unless the teeth are real wide in between. Nigga need a pick. So I'm gonna say her daddy was a nigga. Kamala, in my opinion, that's a sister.
Oh man.
And that's a fine sister.
Y'all still in the curry, man. Y'all still in the curry. I'm telling y'all still in curry right here, man.
Look, I love Kamala. I love Kamala. I love Kamala Harris. I love her goofy ass. Right? She seemed like somebody I would have partied with when I was 20, right? Like somebody I would have had a lot of fun with. We probably would have been best friends. I don't agree with her politics, right? And people say she prosecuted people, whatever. Well, that was her job, right? She had to lock you niggas up. White man told her to lock you niggas up. She had to lock you niggas up. That just is what it is. Be mad at the white man. You know what I mean? But I love Kamala Harris. Don't agree with the politics, but I wanted to see some entertainment from this election season, this debate season. You know Biden ain't gonna be able to handle this shit, right? Susan Rice ain't got enough swag for this shit. Now Kamala might be a little retarded, but at least she got some. At least she knows how to attempt to have swag. Cause she don't got swag, but she knows how to like fake swag, right?
She has a look, you know what I mean? If
Yeah,
anything, if you look good, look good, feel good. That's what the shine say. So she looked the part, you know what I
she
mean?
looked the part, right?
So
Right. Kamala looks the part, and I think looks are a big factor. She a light skinned woman. You know how I feel about the light skinned woman. Ain't nothing better than a light skinned woman. What? She got that good hair too. She got that good Indian, that shit that black women go buy from the store. So the black woman got to get behind her because she got the shit that they want. I'm saying everything politically incorrect.
What the fuck?
I need y'all to come cancel me. Fuck you. But I think Kamala, first of all, I predicted this. Like you said, we've been saying this on the show for a long time. Kamala was the best pick. You need somebody with some fire that's willing to come out here and act a fool and be wild. Susan Rice was a little too clean cut for this race.
Yeah.
You need somebody that's going to get dirty with Trump. And then Susan Rice looks less black than Kamala. At least Kamala got some African features.
Right.
She could pass for a sister, and she went to an HBCU, so she got that Sean King card in her pocket.
Yeah.
The HBCU card. Not only that, she's part of a black sorority. She was AKA.
Yeah, that's big.
That's huge.
For the
I got a
Boulay.
friend whose wife was AKA, and she voting just because of that. Just because of the AKA association.
Right.
That black Boulay, right. So Kamala has a few check boxes checked off. So I'm proud of them for picking her. I think it was a great move. I want to see a good race. I don't like Kamala, but I love Kamala as a black woman, as a sister. I'm going to say she black. Her Indian side, fuck them niggas. But technically, according to my master teachers, I'm supposed to say she's Indian. You is what your mama is, right? According to Hotep culture, she's technically Indian. So Uncle Hotep is correct. She's technically Indian because your mother's the one that's passing down them genes.
What do you think of her dad? You know what she said? She was trying to depict Jamaicans smoking weed all the time. And he wrote an essay and saying, how can you do this about us? I didn't raise you like that. I'm hard working.
Yeah, that's terrible. Again, this is her trying to fake the swag, right?
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't know about the black community because she's black. She knows about the black community because somebody's handing her a document, right? Like, and at the top of the document, it say, Akatas like to smoke weed. This would stay right at the top, right? Because you had a black man some weed, he's the happiest man in the world. So she knew that. So she thought that playing towards the marijuana card, especially after mass incarceration of everybody with the marijuana thing, and I think marijuana needs to be legalized, absolutely. But I think she was trying to play towards it. And that goes back to the fact she be trying to fake the swag, And that's just not a good look trying to. And then depicting Jamaica as weed smokers is a very foul thing to do. Let me just tell you. Because first of all, smoking weed in Jamaica is illegal. Let's just put that out there. It is illegal. It might have been decriminalized recently, so don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure, well, I know for a fact it's been illegal for a very long time. Maybe this year or last year it was decriminalized, but it's illegal to smoke and cultivate marijuana. My father has done raids on marijuana fields. So you can't cultivate and you can't, but it is one of the top exports, let's just be clear. From the black market perspective, right? And it's only because it's a Caribbean island and it has the great environment to grow plants. It just is what it is. It's great for farming. But it's not like you go to Jamaica and you see people smoking weed, because you won't. You won't. If you go to a resort and then step a little bit outside the border, they're gonna try and sell you some weed. But in Jamaica, you're not gonna get weed. And if you get weed, you're probably gonna get crap weed too. I've had better weed in goddamn Denver, Colorado than I've had any time I've went to Jamaica. White man got better weed than Jamaica. I'm telling you, white man got better weed than Jamaica. So trust me, you don't want to go to Jamaica to get your weed. So we need to just, so that's where she's just fucked up at. Like you're not factually correct. But again, she's just like pandering to the black audience.
Now, another reason I think, black women are getting behind her is because, Joe Biden's old. Joe Biden has dementia. Joe Biden,
Right.
if you're a betting man, would you bet if Biden wins, would you bet Joe Biden can finish his first term? You'd be like, what I mean? He looks kind of iffy now, you know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of, and that's why I think they're trying to portray it. You know, Biden says she's ready to go, date, ready to lead. He said
Mm,
ready to lead day one.
mm.
You know, I think they're trying to portray it as, hey, we can get the black woman as president. We just got to get her. You just got to get Biden in because Biden ain't
Mm,
going to make it. I
mm.
feel that's a heavy theory and a reason why the black women want everybody to get behind Kamala because this I think they believe this is probably their best chance to be president of the United States.
Yes, I love that theory. I think that's very accurate. I could definitely see him getting inducted and then or inaugurated, and then like the next day being like, "Yo, I lost my memory. I'm not fit to be president." Right? And Kamala has to step up and become president, and whoever's next in line becomes vice president. I definitely see that. I definitely see that angle. First, black president, followed by you know, two term. I'm gonna say 2 terms. 2 terms later, a female black president. But yeah, I see that angle absolutely. I still got Trump winning, unless the Democrats cheat. But yeah, I like that theory. I totally like that theory. I agree because Biden. I even think he might bow out beforehand.
Right.
He's not capable of debating Trump. He's not. I'm gonna say it again. Joe Biden. Yo, Chad, get ready. Get ready. Joe Biden is not mentally fit to debate President Donald J. Trump, and it is an absolute sin that Democrats are putting him up to that job. So they're gonna have to sub out Joe Biden and bring Kamala in before an inauguration if they want to have any chance of winning. Otherwise, Trump is going to eat that man alive on that debate stage. I know Trump. He gonna have jokes. Trump a nigga. Well, let's be honest. Trump a nigga. Soon as that nigga stumble over some words, you gonna have trouble. You having trouble over there, Joe? Trump gonna have jokes, and I am going to watch every single second of the debates. I might go live for the first time for them debates and commentate along with
Yeah.
y'all because that's gonna be wild.
You see, Biden, if he said get elected, that he wants a 3 month mandatory mask mandate nationwide.
You know, with my 10 foil at. Um, yeah, so to put that in context, essentially what the communists are trying to do is they're trying to pass legislation that basically says your body belongs to the government. And I was doing some studying earlier, and if we look at Emmer de Vital in his book, The Law of Nations, you're not going to hear a lot about this. This is mostly for people who cover foreign relations. And Emmer de Vital, in my opinion, has an argument for globalism and colonialism. Um, but Emmer de Vital um, is basically saying that every single person on this planet has a duty to contribute to the state, essentially. I'm paraphrasing here. You have to go read his work. It's an 800-page book. Um, but he's saying you have a duty, and if you don't contribute to that duty that provides cultivation of farming, etc., to the state, this is in the 1700s, then you don't deserve rights. This is like one of the arguments he was making. You don't deserve rights, and I think that's where we're going with this whole mass thing. It's basically saying, do as the state wills, or we will take your rights. And that's what this mass thing is about. It's not about the virus or anything about. It's about the fact that because you have to understand how the Supreme Court works, how the courts work, how law works. Once they set a precedent, they're going to refer back to that court case for all future court cases, just like Brown versus the Board of Education when we're dealing with integration. They're going to refer back to the court case. So if the Supreme Court, if this goes to the Supreme Court and they say, look, it's mandated to have mass, which second behind that comes it's mandated vaccination, what they're basically saying is the state controls your body. And that's
Right.
why I tell conservatives, relax on the abortion issue. Relax on the abortion issue. I understand how you feel about it, but
Right.
relax telling the state to put their nose in it. Do not ask the state to put their nose in it, because what you're going to do is abortion. See, this is how the left and the right gets tricked, right? This is how they both of them get tricked on the same topic. What did the left say? Oh, we want to have the right to abortion, right? Cool. That's anti-state. I love it. I fucking love it. It's anti-state. My body, my choice. Good. You want to kill your babies? Kill your motherfucking babies. I don't want them motherfuckers on this world anyway. Conservatives, what do they state? No, no, no. They want the state in our business. But when you take that stance, what you're saying is the state can make decisions over your body. And that's the last thing you want to bring to the courts, because they're going to start with abortion. The second is the mass. And the third is going to be that vaccination. And what comes after the vaccination? After all of that, what else they want to put in your body that Alex Jones?
That
Huh?
implant, that chip,
Say it again.
that implant.
You see what I'm saying? And that's where we're headed. That's why I need y'all to relax on this shit, man. Because they want to chip all of our asses. And that's where we're going.
Mark of the beast.
The mark of the beast.
Yo, I lost the super chats. You're gonna have to read from the start. I
No
missed the
worries.
top one.
I know a lot came in because we was talking and Cornelius Edwards, $20 super chat. Thank you. Eric P said $10 for the upcoming Kamala rant. John J. Kamala looked like a strong, independent Sephardic woman. Welcome back, John J. I'm glad your white supremacist channel was canceled on Thursdays. Now you stuck with us, nigga.
Oh, I got something to say about Fuentes, man.
Go ahead.
I had to ban his. I had to mute his ass, man. You know what he called Kamala Harris?
What?
A militant black nationalist. I swear to fucking God, he called Kamala Harris this. A black nationalist, Kamala Harris. I
Who
was
said
like,
that?
huh?
Who said that?
Fuentes, Nick Fuentes, Groper Gang, whatever the fuck, man. I had to
I,
mute him. I was like, I can't do this no more, man. You be saying some fucking stupid ass shit, and y'all gropers eat that shit up. How the fuck is Kamala Harris a black militant? I want y'all to fuck John Jay. How is Kamala Harris a black militant, black nationalist? How?
How are you a black nationalist married to a white man?
You can't
That's
be.
impossible. Dr. Umar would be appalled. Like, black nationalist literally means I don't fuck with white people.
Right.
That's literally what it means in 2020. Black nationalist means it's all about black people. I don't really fuck with white people like that. There might be some cooperations, but is she not
All
going to
right.
be in bed?
Yeah, go ahead back with the stupid chats, man.
Nick Fuentes?
Okay.
We're going to have to bring him to Red Table Talk. We should probably invite him to do a episode of Hoteps BEEN Told You. That might be historic. We might need to invite Nick Fuentes to do a Hoteps BEEN Told You episode. That'll be interesting. How do you feel about that, Uncle Hotep?
Maybe it depends how you
Maybe.
want to do it. I don't really want to. I don't know if about debating him because
No, I don't want to debate him. He's too young to debate.
we could do topics, but I don't. I don't want to debate.
No, I don't want to debate. There's nothing to debate. There's
Yeah,
nothing to debate with
we could
kids.
we could do trending topics. Yeah.
Yeah, like trending topics. Bring him on the show and he can just talk about, with us. I think it'd be interesting and historic. I can't debate children anymore. I debated one child. I can't debate another one.
Yeah.
Hotep with it. He said, make sure y'all get them luterations courtesy of Black Lives Matter. This turned out to be the wildest week of 2020 so far as the Akata the Shine goes. Thank you, Hotep with it. Blah blah yakety yak 111. $5 Suche said, look up what Kamala means in Finnish. I ain't looking it up. Type it in the chat. I don't want to know. I know some wild shit. Halima, thank you. $5 super chat from Canada. John J, Kamala's husband, is in the Jutang clan. Oh boy. Shit, if I went with a black one, I had one of them too. Drew Sample, Motel married Montel married a white woman. Yeah, he knew it was good for him. Halima, she said for Hotep Dutch, Guyana, shout out super chat for super hosts of Hotep's Been Told You. Thank you, Halima. Brad Thouser, shout out super chat, say wait until Joe forgets and sniffs her hair for the first time. Drew Sample, 49 super chat, said if you enjoy cannabis, read The Botany of Desire, a plant's eye view of the world by Michael Pollan. Thank you. Shout out to Drew Sample. He's in the Hotep chat. Black Capitalism, $5 super chat. He said, I think Dems are throwing the election. Ooh, yeah, we definitely think so. Big Poppy, 426 49.99 super chat. Big Poppy. He said, catching the replay later. Here's my Virgil donation to the Hotep Nation. I've been listening since episode 60 plus 52 equals this episode makes 1 full year of hearing your show. I've enjoyed the knowledge and humor for you too. Keep up the work. Great work. Thank you, Big Poppy. Operandi, 198 super chat. He said, Kamala. Yeah, she is a mall, ain't she? John J. Fada super chat. He said, Unc, don't lump me in with no Nick Fuentes or Richard Spencer. I'm offended. Let's go, John. Let's go. Eli, 199 super chat. He said, Hoteps don't have the balls to debate Nick Fuentes. Don't have the balls. Well, here's the thing with debating Nick Fuentes. We agree on everything damn near, right? We're like, so like the only thing we don't agree on is like black versus white issues, right? And like what he wants for his black people and what we want for our black people, which makes the debate irrelevant, right? Nobody wants to hear a white man argue with a black man over what each group wants based upon a utopian hypothetical situation that's never going to exist.
Right.
Like, who wants to hear that? Like, yeah. I don't want to be a part of that, right? Like, it's kind of corny. Not afraid to debate them at all. I love to argue. I'll debate any one of you motherfuckers. Just find a good topic and tell that bitch ass nigga to call me out. You know what I mean? There was supposed to be, I'll tell you what, I'll spill the beans on it. And y'all want to talk who's scared? I'm going to tell you who's scared. They wanted me to come on Killstream and debate Nick Fuentes. I said, okay, tell Nick Fuentes to at me on Twitter. I said, tell him at me. They said he declined to at you. So who's scared? Y'all want me to pull up the goddamn DMs? I'll pull up the goddamn DMs. Don't make Hotep Jesus expose these motherfuckers. You ain't about to call me scared. When niggas was ducking on the Brandon, when niggas ducked out on the Brandon Tatum debate, who took that shit? Me and Uncle Hotep. When I was trying to set other niggas up who said they wanted that debate and they ducked out, I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna take the debate with Uncle Hotep. So don't say we scared. Hold on, let me find this mother. Keep talking, go on to the next topic. I'm gonna find this motherfucking DM so these niggas know who punk and who not.
We gotta say rest in peace to Canon Hinnant. I don't know if I'm saying the kid's name right. It was a young boy that was, I think, was 5 years old. Got shot and killed by some shine. Now, I think a lot of people on Twitter was doing, basically conservative, but they were saying, say his name, remember his name. They basically take the same hashtag Black folks that's been using, and saying, this canon wasn't getting the same amount of media play that anybody else would have if the races were transposed. We all know that's true. And matter of fact, that's what that came off to Nick. I think I tweeted Nick because he tweeted something about it. And my thing was y'all lost a little bit of heart here. I know if my son gets killed by some shine, I'm not tweeting about it. I'm not talking about it. I'm getting some get back. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna make a newspaper. It's gonna be you with the headlines.
You know what I mean? I'm not even go Cool G rap. Fuck front page. I'm putting niggas on television. You know what I'm saying? But, but
YouTuber Uncle Hotep catches a body. You're damn right. I ain't tweeting shit. Ain't won't shit be recorded. Niggas gonna be disappeared.
right. Like the guy, I keep forgetting the guy's name. The guy, they made a meme about it. The guy, he shot the guy in the airport. Chad know the bull. His son got kidnapped by a pedophile. He waited till they extradited him in the airport, and he was he had the gat in the bag. He was on the faked on the telephone. He walked by. He was like, "Bam!" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they, I don't know what they want. We all know the media is biased and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like crying in the media about like why isn't the media covering that? That should be the least of your concerns. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I feel like, whoa, that guy he ain't making it to the courthouse. Y'all used to be like that.
Word.
Y'all used
Word.
to be like that.
Why y'all ain't hung him
You
by
know.
now?
Now that y'all ain't like that no more. You can't. You think like tweeting about it and everything else is going to make change and shit like that.
Y'all niggas went from
It's
hanging niggas to tweeting, and you want us to be mad about it.
yeah. I don't know what to say, man. Like that's a shame that that kid got killed like that. And it happens far too often. You know what I mean? Like there was a whole bunch of bullshit this week. Chicago was rioting again. We didn't really talk about that. You
We're gonna
know,
talk about it.
like we gotta we gotta stop, man. We gotta be better about the senseless violence because that's senseless violence. That person had no business shooting no 5-year-old. And you know what I think has happened? We stopped putting people in funny farms in state hospitals, and you guys got these people walking in the streets when they should be locked the hell up and
Facts.
mentally looked at. Well, since we don't do that no more, we got a whole bunch of crazy people that are mentally unstable running around here, and you got access to weapons, and they shooting just innocent people.
Yeah.
Bring back state hospitals, man. Bring back state penitentiary. You know what I mean? These state penitentiary and the hospitals and shit like that.
Mhm.
These people. Some of these people don't belong out in the streets, and we want to be perfectly honest about it.
Yeah. I believe in no women, no children. I think it's sad that I couldn't see myself shooting no damn 5-year-old. Like, what the fuck is that? You got to be like sick in the head. Um, I want to put out a hypothetical situation and say that there's a potential that media has radicalized black people and made them hate white people so much under the presidency of Trump that somebody would go do this heinous act. Um, but I think it's absolutely ridiculous to be the right wing and point out media hypocrisy. And again, I'm going to have to blame the white community. I'm going to have to blame the white community for media hypocrisy because when the shoe was on the other foot and black people were complaining about the media hypocrisy and we're talking about how the media wasn't fairly covering our losses in our community, because for a while, nigga, it was if a white child died, that was national news. If a black child died, nobody gave a fuck, right?
Yeah, they flipped it.
They flipped it. The redacted smart. That's our turn now. Y'all niggas, y'all the new niggas. So
Right.
it is what it is. White people the new niggas. Um, so I don't know why y'all would complain to the media. I think y'all need to get y'all nation together and figure out what y'all gonna do. I think y'all need to start kicking out some of your leadership. Again, same thing with the black community. Your leadership sucks. White people, your leadership fucking sucks. Who you been donating your money to? Charlie Kirk? Who y'all been giving y'all money to? Y'all got to be checking y'all leaders. So I don't know why I don't even know why people complain about the media today. Like, I don't even complain about the media. Like, we know what the fuck the media is gonna do. Like,
Right.
I don't know why even people complain about it no more. You know what's up. Strengthen your media. Create your media to make their media irrelevant. But again, very, very sad. It's obvious why they not covering this because it don't fit the narrative. But if this was a black child shot by a white man, oh my God, could you imagine what the news in the streets would look
Right.
like? Dude, I mean, black people have been shooting black kids and the media hasn't covered it. All the black kids that got shot in Detroit and got shot in Chicago, and Trenton and so on and so forth, and not really much fuss from the media. But imagine if a white man walked up and shot a black kid on a bike. Oh my. I wouldn't even log on to Twitter. I'd be like, I can't do Twitter today. The whole country would be shut down. So I get why white people are mad because there's a huge double standard now. But again, I have to blame you because when the double standard was on the other foot and it was us, y'all ain't give a fuck.
Yeah, you're right. That's just what we're seeing there. The flipping of the switch. Like I was young. I'm old enough to. You were both old enough to see. It wasn't like this. You know what I mean? But now the media's. They're flipping into. Whenever. Black kids. Killed or whatever. It's way more media coverage than what happened with Clinton here. But yeah, rest in peace to him. And it's sad. But no 5-year-old should go through that. No parent should go through that.
Mhm.
Um,
Hold up. I got receipts. I got receipts. Y'all tell me. Hold on. I'm going to read it first, then I'm going to show it to you. This came from Ethan Ralph of the Ralph Retort. He said, okay, Fuentes is down to do the debate with you on the kill stream if you're interested. This is on 5/10, May 10th, 2020. I said, tell him at me. It's the only response I said to this white man because I don't even like these motherfuckers. He said, okay, I'll get at him and ask him to. You interested though? I'm trying to set up big debates and this would be obviously a big one. Been trying to match up Fuentes for a while and he was keen on this one for the kill stream. So I didn't respond. Maybe I didn't see the tweet. I don't know. I didn't see the DM, whatever it was, but he comes back and he says, yeah, he's not going to do that, referring to adding me. He said, but he's down for the debate if you want to. I did bring it up though. It's right here. It's right here. Huh? Who's scared? I told that nigga at me. Ain't that what we say in the black community? Hotel? Hotep? What that say? Huh?
that's what it says, man.
What that say? What that say right there? I say, tell that nigga at me. What that say?
Tell him at me.
What did I say? I said,
That's what you said.
Hotep Jesus don't tell no fucking lies. I ain't scared of no fucking body. I told him at me so we can get it popping. Now, why? Let's talk about why I said at me. First of all, I'm a businessman first. If we gonna hype the fight, let's hype the fight.
Right.
Let's make it an event. So that's why I said, well, tell him at me. Because if he at me, then I could come at him and then we can get this whole thing stirring and the timeline, talk about it as trending, and that would make sense. But I said at me. Now, if somebody would have came at me and said, tell him at me, oh, you nigga, nigga, you would have been added. So until Nick Fuentes ats me, and I'm sure after y'all run back and tell him, I'm sure he might want to at me, but until he ats me and we find a good topic, I'm not debating no little white kids. But I gave y'all the receipts. The receipts is there. The receipts is there. You can't say Hotep Jesus line. I just showed y'all the motherfucking receipts.
Super chats. 579 in the room. Please hit that thumbs up. Please hit that share button. Thanks everybody coming through. Chad Lamone. Fuentes says government knows best. F him. Drew Sample. What's their debate with a loudmouth kid who doesn't have any critical thinking skills?
Yeah, it's like debating a kid.
Phil knows best. Need chopped up clips of some of these gems tonight. We'll try to work on that, Phil. Drew Sample. Fuentes would let Harvey Weinstein have his way with him to be famous. Damn, Drew Sample. John J. Please have on Cultured Thug. He's not immature like Fuentes, not a Fed like Spencer. His channel is called CTRN. YouTube keeps deleting him.
I don't even know who that is. You got to tag me on Twitter so I can check him out.
Hit him on Twitter. Chad Gaddinstan Productions. Peace to all Ali and Unc been addressing the Brahims late all day.
The Brahmins, right?
Brahmins. Hold on. Andrew G. Legalize all drugs with high consumption tax, fund mental health treatment, and drug rehab for all. Sounds like a plan.
I like that.
Joe Big Glow. Hoteps been told me. True sample. Columbus has had 30 gun murders in the last month. Oh, Columbus, Ohio. You out in Ohio, I think.
Mm,
Blue
mm.
Spiral. Hotep been on fire. Hotep's been on fire. Love the show and congrats on the constant growth and success. Thank you, Blue Spiral, for the $20 donation. Uncle Hotep, you must be a sadomasochist to be browsing poll. Please explain yourself. I don't know what's to explain, man. Like, I don't.
Niggas can't go on websites now.
Niggas can't go to poll. Like, you know, like, see, I get it. You know, like some black people can't like read.
They used to cupcakes.
They can't read racist white folks talk or hear racist. I don't know, get triggered or something like that. You know, you should like that's wrong on a couple things because first you should be able to observe your enemy. You know what I'm saying? If they were my enemy, but you need to know what they're doing, their lingo, what they think, and I don't get like why would you not want to do that? You know, that's one of my primary things. Like like it don't bother me. You know, I don't think if I already know somebody doesn't think anything of me, it doesn't bother me. I don't really care. You know, like so what? I don't think too much of them. That's their loss. You see, that's what black. You got to think of it like he doesn't like me for my skin. Well, that's his loss. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Right.
But even though that's the case, they still know stuff in their life. They might be a nuclear scientist, but hate niggas. You know,
Yeah.
but why would I would listen to him what he says about nuclear science, right? You know what I mean? That's what I'm
Yeah.
getting at. You know, you gotta. I think people put too much emphasis on the racism thing. Like I don't know. I just read past it. Like you get used to it, I guess.
I mean, black folks is racist. You ever read Black Twitter? Like, we call white people like mayos and all types of shit. It
American niggas is racist. Their niggas is real racist. They
niggas,
don't want to admit it either, man. I'm like, come on,
nah.
man, y'all listen.
But I just want to talk about why niggas can't handle pole, and I think I'll make this really short. The reason why black people in America can't handle going onto poll and sites where there's white racist rhetoric towards black people is because they have PTSD from white liberal indoctrination, aka education, through McGraw Hill and Houghton Mifflin, who have told them that the white man has been kicking their ass since the dawn of time. So
Right.
they have a mental PSD when they see racist things. They get all up in their feelings. Now I'm a motherfucker who white folks been calling me niggas since the goddamn third grade, and I've been having to fight my whole life. So I'm used to this shit. You niggas ain't never been around no white motherfuckers that said nigga to your face. So you read it online and you get a little pussy. You ain't never had a nigga. You ain't never had a white man call you nigga to your face before. Try that
That's
shit.
probably true too.
Yeah.
Um, John J. When you a real one like CT, you aren't allowed to have a Twitter. Spencer and Fuentes, only white men allowed to have Twitter. That is news. I've been noticing, Spencer and they've been surviving, and nobody. I never seen their accounts get whacked.
Ain't they verified?
Get verified.
Hold on, let me check. I'm pretty sure Mr. Fuentes is verified. Let me just man. That's right.
Is
This nigga verified, yo.
Oh,
I can't be debating verified niggas either, yo. Like, how you, nah, just see, Richard Spencer got the interview with all these motherfuckers. I can't trust it. These niggas might be feds. These niggas might be the ops, and that's why I'm really afraid of them. How you talking all that white supremacist? I don't even want to say white supremacist, but white dashes talk, but you verify still? Jack ain't come take that? Why?
he would have kicked him off. Like, why wouldn't
Right,
he have kicked him off? He
right.
kicked off people less in discretion than that.
Yeah. Yeah. So how do they keep their verified badge, let alone they count? I don't
They
trust these
need him.
motherfuckers. That's why I
You
keep
have
you.
to understand they need a certain amount of people, at least people on the platforms, give these people something to rant and rave and cry about. They serve a fucking purpose and shit like that. But we all know Spencer's the fucking feds, man.
Yeah.
He's on TV with Barkley. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? That's without question. Now Fuentes is up for grabs. I mean, we can probably debate is he is or not, but like it looks funny in the light when they're still hanging around and shit like that.
Right.
When everybody else is getting whacked and shit like that. Uh, Hotep Jesus, this is Steve P. What's your favorite part of Renegade history?
Favorite part of Renegade history. All right. So I'm not finished yet. I still got. Let me show y'all where I'm at with it. I'm like that much way through. If y'all can see, fuck that shit. Anyway, I'm almost done. Favorite part. It's got to be how the Italians stopped being labeled as niggas. How the Irish stopped being labeled as niggas. That's one of my favorite parts. Even the LGBT parts of this, right? Like the LGBT community over here talk about, oh, we was oppressed and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? And homophobia. You know who was homophobia? Who had homophobia? The state. It's in here. You know who opened up some of the first gay bars in New York City and had to bribe police to protect them? The Italian mob. Some of that good toxic masculinity was protecting gay toxic. Another quotable here. Toxic masculinity at the time of I want to get his name right. I want to make sure I get his name right. This is one of the Genovese family. The Genovese family, Vito Genovese, actually murdered a man so the man's wife could practice a lesbian life. They opened up gay bars. The mob, the Italian mob opened up gay bars. The mob financed early LGBT parades. They had gay members of the mob. Toxic masculinity was pro LGBT, was protecting y'all. You know who didn't like the gays? The state, WASPs, white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. That's who wasn't fucking with gays. So don't come to me talking about Hotep Jesus is homophobia. I ain't got no homophobia. I fight for your right to practice the lifestyle you choose. But those are my favorite parts of the book. That part which dispels the myth of toxic masculinity, hating gays. No, toxic masculinity was protecting your ass and was giving you bars to party at. Niggas bought a whole bar just for gays to party at. A straight bar too. Bought the straight bar, it turned it into a gay bar. I think it's in Greenwich Village. I love that part and how Italians and Irish stop being classified as niggas, and I can't wait for niggas to stop to clean their act up so we can stop being classified as niggas too.
Hotep with it, the verified badge, the new gold star of the sheriff. um, you see, Black Lives Matter made the Seattle black police chief quit, right?
Yes. Yes.
They wouldn't condemn. They would go into her house, causing a stir. They started marching on people's houses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but this is Seattle, man. Like I've watched some of those Seattle and Portland videos. Black Lives Matter, and you can count the amount of black people on your hand and shit like that. There's 200 white folks running around. There might be 5, 10 black folks. Like, and they're talking about Black Lives Matter. I'm like, all I see is a bunch of Karens and Maws and Pogs out there marching and shit like that. You
Yeah.
know, it's I don't know, man. Like, I still don't believe Black Lives Matter has gained such a foothold with political pressure. She said she didn't quit because of the money, because Seattle in turn, because of the pressure from Black Lives Matter, they said they're going to cut the salaries of her and other police, and it wouldn't give her no backup and shit like that. They really undercut her as a police chief, so she really had to resign and shit like that. You know, why is Black Lives Matter removing a black person that they need to be in contact with? You know what I'm saying? It's like Black Lives Matter is they got to be stopped because they just shoot out anything and anything they hit without even aiming. They're not aiming at anything. They're just launching whatever they can. It's like throwing shit on the wall. Whatever sticks, they're gonna run with.
Mm-hmm.
and this woman couldn't take it anymore.
What are the history books going to say about Black Lives Matter? Are they going to paint Black Lives Matter as this Martin Luther King, you know,
Yes,
uprising, or
yes.
or are they going to say it was white folks?
Oh, who are they going to say? I
Like,
don't.
what are we going to see in our history books? Is it going to be like Sean King and shit and DeRay and like this was a or Sean King is not black, but are they going to say this was black people, or are they going to say this was a white organization, which it has become? That's what I'm wondering. Second, George Soros is one smart motherfucker. He said, "You niggas is dumb. I'm gonna get some crackers to do the job because y'all not getting it done." And he got them white kids straight out them liberal universities to get the job done because niggas couldn't get the job done. Why? Because police are less likely to shoot a white person than they are a black person. And George Soros knew that. And he said, we want to cause destruction. I need to bring white kids in here. And he brought white kids in there, and the cops is like, what the fuck do we do? We can't kill white kids. George
That
Soros is
is
very, very smart.
that is lame as hell for the. I mean, for because I remember I was a CO, man. I didn't care who it was. I'm like, you gonna get it, man. You gonna get lit up, man. You know what I'm saying? But Belarus, they were snapping over in Belarus that's all white folks, man. Them
Mm.
police was wearing them white folks the fuck out, man. They was not playing with them, man. That's
Europe
what
don't
I
play.
need to see, man. When it gets to Belarus status in America, then I'm like, oh, we about to have something. You know what I mean? When the white folks start snapping like that, but the like the white folks was trying to give them work, man. I seen a couple times the boy jumped off the ledge, and one cop just stepped up and got him right. Then he got swarmed, man. Them cops had haul ass, man. They was getting their ass kicked, man.
Mm. Mm.
But then they catch one. They wear his ass. They Rodney King his ass in a minute, boy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm waiting for Trump to send a National Guard in. Trump, send a National Guard in. Fuck these crackers up. Fuck them. Whoop these white kids' ass. Because all they doing is fucking up America. They done took the Black Lives Matter movement, which is a terrorist organization, and fucking up America. I can't even be cool with my white folks no more. White folks looking at me like coon. I'm like, hold up. Yo, literally, I'm on Facebook. A white boy I went to high school with gonna call me the motherfucking sellout. I'm like, nigga, you white. How you gonna call me the sellout? How I'm the coon? This is how fucked up Black Lives Matter done got to where a white man could call me a coon. I feel like I'm back in the 1950s now.
You're right. If you like, I don't really say it like on the book. I don't really try to get on to that Black Lives Matter shit because I see too many people like white folks on my like they're like Black Lives Matter. I want to say like, man, get that shit the fuck out of here, man. But I see too many people, so I know they're gonna get on me about it. And I'm like, I'm not trying to have this conversation of why I wouldn't support that goddamn organization. Just read the fucking website. This is so degenerate, man. Like, it's people. It's like I don't know. It's like the shine is lazy. It's like instead of like improving on that or doing something better than that, they see that's halfway out there. Oh, I'm gonna give my support. I'm gonna buy a T-shirt. I'm gonna buy a mask with Black Lives Matter on it. And then they're running with something like, man, shut the fuck up. You're not doing shit. It's not worth a fucking quarter. You. It took it. The Chicago people in Chicago were so sick of their bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So sick of their fucking bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
They was like, no, don't fucking protest out here. Go back to where the fuck you came from.
Black folk took the streets.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's what needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
They was
Mm-hmm.
like, nah, we're done with this bullshit. Because the day before, a 20-year-old got shot. He shot at the police. They shot his ass back. He's still alive. Like
Okay.
in the social media came out saying he was 15. So these shines went out and started robbing the high end stores in Chicago.
Right. I remember that.
Then the next day, Lori Lightfoot, oh, this is not us. they had planned a fucking protest at some other neighborhood, and I guess it was near a Princeton. It was near a residential neighborhood. Residents of the street, they said, "Nah, man, get that shit the fuck out of here. Get that shit the fuck out of here. Not playing with you, shines no more. Beat it. Go
Yeah.
what? Go where the incident happened. The incident was over there, 12 blocks away. Walk your asses right back down there." They left, didn't they?
Yo, them white kids was looking at each other like, the fuck do we do? I guess we got to go home now. Antifa was like, yo, if we fight them, we racist. But again, it goes back to my plan. What did I say black folks had to do? Secure the perimeter. Don't let this Antifa organization in. Don't let these Black Lives Matter people into your city because they're going to tear it up. They're going to tear it up. Them Soros dollars going to tear your city up. So I'm proud of them black folks that took to the street in Chicago and told them, nah, y'all not bringing that bullshit out here. I'm proud of the white folks that then took up arms. I said last week, wasn't the white folks was kicking Antifa ass?
Yeah, yeah.
White folks was kicking Antifa. Where was that at? Do you remember?
I don't know what state that was.
I
I
forget
don't.
where that
I wish
was,
it
but they
was.
was wearing their asses out, and I was like, "Let's go, cracker! Let's go, whoop his ass, cracker!" It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I love to see white people fighting for their country on the right, on some righteous tip. You know what I mean? And people are like, "Oh my god!" There was, remember, they was always down south. It was definitely down south,
Yeah,
and they ended up in the ditch,
yeah. They
and,
put
and
them in the ditch.
and put the motherfuckers right in the ditch. You know, I had some liberals that commented on my tweet that went viral or whatever, and they were like, "Oh my god, look at these savages." I'm like, it's not savage when Antifa does it though. Like somebody
Right.
comes into your neighborhood trying to cause trouble, and you're wrong for kicking them out. You know what I mean? So I love to see that shit. And the last thing you want to do, you know, is a whole lot of type of white people I will fight. The last thing I'm gonna fight is a white country boy. Them niggas be wrestling bulls and pigs and shit. I ain't got no problems with y'all. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Matter of
Especially
fact,
he's 30. He's 32. No, he better
yeah.
be.
Yeah. You don't want no problems with them boys. You don't want them. Yeah. Leave that alone. So them boys was out there. Them country boys was out there whooping some ass, and I'm proud of them. You know, take back your city. That was beautiful. That was beautiful, and that's what we need. Like I said, secure the perimeter, man. Do not let Antifa into your city because they gonna tear it up.
Andrew G, thanks for donation. BLM equals George Soros.
Mm-hmm.
John J, I think the idea that Italians and Irish weren't considered white is very exaggerated. Hotep G is reading a book written by Redacted, and now he loves gay bars. John, John J, you don't even know the history of your people, man. That part was not exaggerated, man. That's in several. That's not in just that book. That's in several history books. How the Irish and the Italians were treated when they came over here,
Fuck the book. It was in New York Times. I quoted the New York Times. I didn't quote a book.
man.
The book is just telling you what the New York Times said. The New
Yeah.
York Times called the motherfucker swarthy. I'm not quoting the book. The book is quoting the New York Times, John Jay. Don't make me find that page again. You just don't want to be a nigga. And John Jay, you's a nigga. You with us. That's why you sit here watching us right now. You a nigga with us. You better go get you a pint of Henny next show. Shit, I'm over here still looking for the pages. Shit, don't make me post some more quotes. I study, I research. All I do is study. I don't even got TV in my house.
Eli, John J. Hotep has many contradictions in his logic.
I do. I'm a Libra. I have balance. I see both sides of the coin, so I have a whole lot of contradictions. But I
Breezy,
have nuance in my contradictions.
Breezy Bird, does Charlemagne have a crush on Kamala for the way he's been twerking for her on Twitter, Instagram, Breakfast Club since the VP announcement? Man, Charlemagne, and you know, the big push from the black community is the black woman. Let's be honest here. So he's going to do anything for that, and since I guess the Akata Federation is, I don't know, man. I wouldn't consider Kamala black, but a lot of people do. So they have accepted her as one of their own. So they're going to get behind it. They
Mm-hmm.
want a black woman in the White House
Mm-hmm.
and eventually the presidency, and this is
Mm-hmm.
their way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Patriot J super chat won't even let me type the the coon shade, the coon. um, yeah,
I,
Blue Spiral. You sure as hell won't see the Black Lives Matter looting as reparations hot take in the history books.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Patriot J, coon nigga accent. Melinda Sis, that Antifa B town was in the ditch was in Collins, Colorado.
Wow, was it? Shout out to good white folks out in Colorado. I love y'all. Tell them Hotep Jesus said what up. Can I get on John Jay's ass right here? I got 3
Yeah,
quotes.
go ahead, man.
The Southern Italians intelligence. This is what's Popular Science Monthly said. The Southern Italians intelligence is not higher than one could imagine in the descendant of peasantry illiterate for centuries. 1910 Chicago Tribune said George A. Dorsey to Italy to study the source of undesirable immigrants. Southern Italians, in particular, concluded Dorsey were clearly of Negroid ancestry and therefore, quote unquote, of questionable value from a mental, moral, or physical standpoint. This is 1910 Chicago Tribune. Y'all motherfuckers was niggas. Hold on. I'm not I'm not done yet, Uncle Hotep. In 1925, the National Urban League, the leading black civil rights organization in the city, noted that Negro families often reported their Italian neighbors as being very friendly, visiting, and even rendering assistance to some few cases of sickness and poverty. So these Italians not only did they love us, but they was helping us when we were sick. I ain't done with these motherfuckers. 1921 Emergency Quota Act. Y'all want to talk about Donald Trump and how he feels about immigrants? Let's see how the crackers of 1921 felt about immigrants. The 1921 Emergency Quota Act said, cut the flow of people from Italy and other Southern European countries by 75%. Hold on, I ain't done. I ain't done. A year later, David Starr Jordan, the president of Stanford University, complained that the new law did not go far enough. Jordan called on Congress to completely bar immigration from Southern Italians who were, quote unquote, biologically incapable of rising either now or through the descendants above the mentality of a 12-year-old child. I ain't done. In 1923, in an article titled Keep America White, the influential Current Opinion magazine demanded the tightening of quotas on immigration from Southern and Eastern Europe. Last point I'm going to make here is, as Thomas Guillermo puts it, indeed, not until World War II did many Italians identify openly and mobilize politically as white. John Jay, these yo cousins that said Italians was niggas. It's not Hotep Jesus. It's not the book by Thaddeus Russell. It's yo motherfucking words. Yo ancestors did this shit. We ain't making this shit up. Now it's time for you to do your research.
Word. Um, I guess Big Ten football. They said they're canceling. I think Pac-10 college football said they're canceling. Other. I think SEC is going to play. ACC is going to play. The southern states are going to play football. I don't know. I thought it was worthy. I was kind of worried if the southern states didn't play because that's really big. That's big money, man. College football is big
Yeah.
money.
So wait, who's Big Ten? Is that like North or something
That's
like
like the
that? I don't.
Midwest. That's Michigan,
Okay.
Ohio State, Illinois. Those
Mm.
states up, those cities, those states up there.
And the
But
Pac-12 said they're not playing either.
yeah, the West Coast. Yeah, I
Oh, that's
guess
the West
USC.
Coast.
Yeah, that's the West Coast.
Okay. But down south said they playing ball.
Yeah, they playing. But niggas is playing.
You ain't taking football from a southerner.
No, no.
You gonna need more than a virus to take football from a southerner. They gonna play
Yeah.
with the virus. Football getting played.
Yeah, that's the only game, bread and circus. You know that you need bread and circus for the masses and shit like that. But that's the only game in town. They only have any pro sports down there, really. It's college football or bust. And for Alabama and shit like Southern Miss and Arkansas, that's the only game in town. Um, but
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything else, man?
Um, I don't think so. Let me just check the chat because I sent a couple of things people want to discuss to the chat, and I just want to make sure we covered them all. Biden, federal mass date. Yeah, we did that. Oh, Yale discriminate. What we gotta do? Yale discriminates against white and Asian applicants. And the UAE and Israel peace deal. Um,
Like,
yeah, and that's
only
it.
thing I want to say about that peace deal is like that seems to me is like a gift to Bibi and Trump. They've been protesting Bibi hard body over there. You know what I'm saying? And Trump he's in the swing of things for his election season. So I think they decided to throw them a bone. Um, it's not like the UAE was like they might be financing things and stuff like that, but they wasn't really in the midst in the mucking and grinding and mixing it up with nobody. So I don't know what the like with the peace deal like. I don't know. They're cool with Saudi Arabia. They're cool with UAE. I mean, whether I guess this makes it official. They was probably backroom you know what I mean exchanging for decades, and now they just want to make it official. That's how I feel about
Bingo!
this.
You just hit that on the head, Uncle Hotep. Because when I saw this shit and everybody was talking, like it was trending. I'm like, is this news? Like, because
Right.
I've been knew these niggas was cool.
Right.
Hey, like I'm in the startup world, so I see cooperation from a business perspective, and these two
Right.
entities have been cooperating. They're in the boardrooms of your corporations, so they've been cooperating in the boardroom for a very long time. Now, if this shit would have said Israel and Palestine came to a peace deal, I'd have been like, "Oh wow, okay, this is
Right.
new."
Right. Right.
Like
Yeah.
what the deal is, because y'all didn't had 35 of these and all of them failed, right?
Yeah.
So so when they say UAE, and I'm like, nigga, you just named like two of the most powerful countries in the world, like, and UAE controlling the oil around this motherfucker. So like, what, what, like, I didn't get what the big deal was, like, why it was news, because to me, those two entities are very similar, right? They operate in some of the same worlds, and they have some of the same tactics and so forth, and some of the same policies and views and religious
Yeah.
views, etc. So I didn't see this as news at all. I didn't get why it was trending. I even looked it up. I'm like, all right, what's so special about this shit? Let me read the whole article. I'm like, I still don't understand what's special. Both of those entities is on fucking Twitter's board, so I don't get it.
Right.
Um,
And the Yale thing, man. They've been doing it. Yeah, I guess.
yeah,
So I guess they found the discrimination in hiring. Um, what are they going to do about it?
yeah. I guess the DOJ Supreme Court has finally come to the conclusion that they're discriminating against whites and Asians. But again, that's not news, right? Like we knew they were doing that. Like this has been an ongoing complaint from whites. Um, I think Yale's in a sticky situation though, right?
Yeah.
Like, because Yale made a very good point. They said that um, he said over the previous 15 years, he said the number of Asian and American students in Yale's incoming class grew from 14 to 22%. He added that the school's approach complies fully with all legal requirements. Da, 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 da. Um, but they made a good point. They said that if we went by scores, hold on, I'm trying to find Yale's discrimination imposes undue. The 2-year investigation and prosecutors found that the investigation included unlawfully dividing and then the investigation also found. Um, Yale has previously denied an admission. Okay, Yale has previously denied that its admissions process discriminates against Asian Americans or any other group. He said that race is just one of the multitude of factors. Here it is. He says Yale College could fill its entire entering class several times over with applicants who reached the 99th percentile standardized testing and who have perfect high school grade point averages. But we do not base admission on such numbers alone. And I think that's
Right.
a very good point, right? Like, if
Yeah.
they went based upon scores, the whole school would be Asians, Jewish, and whites. It'd be one nigga there, and that motherfucker would be, and that motherfucker would be from Nigeria studying medical, about to
Right.
be a. If they did it like that, right? Like no black people would get in because they just wouldn't have the scores, or they wouldn't be, because high schools are also judged, right? Like there's a certain high school that has better scores than other high schools, so they're taking people from better high schools. So if they went based upon these numbers, no black person would enter their doors. The other thing, not to defend Yale and their skull and crossbones buffoonery, but I have to be objective. Like people say, I always contradict myself. I do because I'm very objective. But the university experience is more than education. It is an experience. It is to work with people from different cultures because in the real world, you're going to have to work with people from different cultures. In fact, if they went off numbers alone, women might not get into the university because men outscore women on a lot of these exams and standardized tests, except for the black community, of course, where women over indexed over black men. So I understand why Yale would have an internal requirement to say we got to let some niggas in, we got to let some Hispanic people in because they need to contribute to the culture of Yale. A university is much more than education and grades.
Right.
It is about culture too, and they do have to provide an effort to be multicultural. Now, if your white kid didn't get into Yale, they wasn't good enough. If your Asian kid didn't get into Yale, he wasn't good enough. Maybe he should have took a sport and an extracurricular activity and something else to get in because they're looking at all those things. Extracurricular activities make a difference too. So not to defend Yale, but I understand their argument, and that's the only thing I'm saying is I understand their argument, not to defend them. But I'd love to see how this plays out in the court.
John Jay, your boy Thaddeus Russell thinks race isn't real. He's spinning you a narrative. John
I
Jay
don't,
comes.
what was you about to say about John Jay?
I like how he doesn't reply to how you just schooled him about the Italians and Irish, and he comes up with some different shit. Like, what the fuck? Reply to what you just was fucking asking to begin with. Like, god
This,
damn, now you come with this bullshit.
hey, look, I studied law. I didn't go to school for law, but I studied law. The first tactic they teach you in law is to discredit the witness. And that's what John Jay's trying to pull on me. John Jay, you ain't dealing with a nigga. You ain't dealing with a dumb nigga. I'm a smart nigga. I'm one of the smart niggas. Okay? Don't try that discredit the witness shit with me. You keep talking about Thaddeus. You keep talking about all this shit. You ain't talking about the primary sources I just gave you. You ain't talking about them acts that your government passed to limit immigration. You ain't talking about your New York Times. We're talking about empirical evidence. We ain't talking about Thaddeus. Thaddeus just put it in the book. He just collated it. That's all he did.
Right.
So let's address the facts and let's not try to discredit the witness.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's all I got, man. You got anything else?
That's all I got. John Jay, I'll see you next week. Bring that same energy. Much love to everybody. Tomorrow, I'm gonna tell you my schedule real fast. Tomorrow, I'm talking to Doe Dubes at 9:30 p.m. You have to show up. He is the president of Hotep Nation. You have to show up. You have to watch that. He's long-winded, so it's gonna be a good talk. He got a lot to say. Very intelligent brother. Came from the gutter and pulled himself up for the bootstraps. So you white conservatives talking about black people pulling themselves up for the bootstraps. If there is an example of someone who's pulled themselves up from the bootstraps in the mean streets of Philadelphia, it is A.R. Martin, Doe Dubes. So I'm going to have him on. Next week, I'm bringing on Erica Lachey. If you don't know who that is, go look that up. She been lighting the timeline on fire. And in the following week, I'm going to be interviewing none other than Uncle Hotep. And we will be getting to the bottom of Uncle Hotep's life. We're going to talk about his time in the military. We're going to talk about his time as the ops, as a CEO, as being a father, and the whole nine. So tune in. That's going to be a great talk.
John Jay again. The New York Times and Thaddeus both redacted. The U.S. government has always been messed up. That ain't my people's.
Oh, here he go. Here he go. We're going to get back to you on.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on, John Jay. We're talking about the 1910s. The infiltration isn't as bad as it is today.
Yeah, they didn't get. They didn't.
You're putting and I hate when people do this. You put a 2020 lens on 1910.
Yeah,
That's not what it was, man. Come
right.
on, man. Stop. Just stop. Just stop.
That was Wasps running that.
Yeah, I'm like, what is he talking about?
Yeah. In fact, I'm gonna leave y'all with one last tidbit before I go. One last fact. We just read about this. Jewish people had to fight for rights in America, and in fact, there was a law passed or a monopoly set up by the white man Thomas Edison. He wanted to have a monopoly. It was called the Motion Picture Patents Company, and they wanted to have a monopoly. And the name of their group was called the Trust. And they want to have a monopoly on film, basically, because Thomas Edison takes credit for creating the camera and the projector, the motion picture camera and the projector. So he wanted to have a monopoly over films. And Jews were setting up, Nickelodeons, and they were, creating their films. But so I'm right here. In 1915, a federal court ruled the trust as an illegal monopoly. But by then, the outlaw filmmakers had moved west where they could make bigger and better movies. Who were the men who, with the help of their nickname friends, fought Thomas Edison and the law and won? They were Marcus Lowe of Lowe's Theaters, Metro Goldwyn Mayer, Carl Laemmle of Universal Pictures, Adolph Zukor of Paramount Pictures, William Fox of 20th Century Fox, and the brothers Harry, Albert, and Sam, and Jack Warner. So we got Lowe's Theaters, we got Metro Goldwyn Mayer, Universal Pictures, Paramount Pictures, Fox, and Warner. These are all Jews that had to fight the white man and their monopoly. So you can't say New York Times was redacted. No. That was your people. That was your people that ran that shit. And that's all I got to say about that.
All right, man.
See you next week, bro.
All right, man. Peace.